Blue Lock is on the most despicable run of all time. While I still may have high hopes for the Season 2 anime, I sadly can't stay the same for the remainder of the Basher Munich vs PXG match. What's going on, everybody? My name is Animasu, and today I'll be reading through the Blue Lock Chapter 277 leaks with you all. If you enjoy staying up to date with Blue Lock or just want to support the channel, please feel free to click that subscribe button, comment below your thoughts, and even join my community Discord down in the description. Without further ado, let's get right into today's leaks, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. To start off today's leaks, the first thing we see here is Ego Jinpachi watching back footage from the ongoing game. With the BM vs PXG match still tied at 2-2, Ego is already VOD reviewing the previous clashes and interactions, all while chowing down on some premium ramen noodles. With the clips on screen seeming to be from Itoshi's previous equalizer, Ego is now very interested in Blue Lock's number 1, asking if he's truly ignited the final battle. Honori then chimes in as well, telling Ego how surprised she is that Julian Loki's decided to sub in. Loki apparently hasn't played in any other NEL matchups, however now is deciding to jump in on his own accord thanks to Itoshi and Charles. Honori also points out that the world is going crazy online over this, with thousands if not more comments pertaining to Julian Loki's sub and Itoshi's equalizer. Ego just brushes this off as how the world is, because you're either a fan in the crowd cheering, or an egoist battling it out on a field. Either way, the finale of the NEL's greatest match is finally upon us, and the hottest place for football in the world. With Isagi then being shown basically brimming with flames and ego in his eyes, Jinpachi assures us at Honori that the one dear genius on the field will create an incredible ending for this match. The announcer then steals back the spotlight, announcing the specifics of each team's substitutions on and off the field. Starting off with PXG, their master striker Julian Loki is now subbed in place of one of their NPCs and is fired up. PXG's formation is now even more attack-oriented than before, with Shidou, Rin, Charles, and Loki all leading the charge. Moving on to the Basher Munich side of things, they've actually made 2 whole substitutions. With Corona and kunigami being shown on the bench, Noah and Igarashi begin to walk out like absolute units. The monk is even slapping his face to get himself hyped up, as this is his first and only chance in the new Egoist League. In addition to these substitutions, the announcer says that during the contact play in the last goal, Isagi yoichi committed a late tackle on Itoshi. For the first call of this game and in a long while, Isagi has been gifted a yellow card here for granting Rin the challenge of his life and going body to body. Blue Lock's main egoist only briefly reacts to this by cursing under his breath, to then lock in and focus up. "Don't mess with me, Rin. I am not a stepping stone for your evolution." Isagi confidently tells Rin that his life is his, and this match will be won with his goal. As the commentators get everyone hyped up for the kickoff, we can see fans screaming out in the pub like usual, leaping into the air. More importantly though, Isagi's first ever fan can be seen watching, however this time, he looks super nervous. "You just gotta have faith in our GOAT, little man, don't worry." With the game then officially starting back, Noah kicks off the ball to Isagi yoichi as he then sprints forward. Charging at Shidou or Ryusei with Noah on his right, Isagi decides to pass him off the ball while thinking of a plan. The Master Strikers only have 3 minutes on the field, so Isagi only has Noah for that long to prove his worth. Once again dubbing himself as the genius of adaptability, Isagi assures himself that he will take control of this ever-changing field. With Noah then trapping the ball, Isagi springs directly past Shidou or Ryusei to then receive an open pass back from Noah. 1 second the ball was there, and the next, only speed lines are shown to show that someone else was there. Julian Loki literally rips through at the speed of sound, snatching the ball from Isagi while taunting his slowness. A little sweet. The slow ones die first, but that's just the law of nature. Possibly giving Isagi a little hint on how to handle him, Loki ends up with the ball in his possession and 6 feet ahead before he can even react. He then begins to sprint towards the duo of Ryuchi and Hiyori, and let me just say this, Nomura-san absolutely cooked for Loki's speed control and aura design, because when he sprints or dashes, it literally looks like he's warping reality or reforming himself. That truly is what it feels like for the players too, as Loki dust Hiyori and Ryuchi in just one single step. Now I know Blue Lock isn't fully realistic, but at least Metavision and Predator Eye are just visual depictions of techniques. This right here is just another Wally West variant or something, because Loki genuinely warped the page from running. I'm just really hoping for some Shinra from Fire Force type sound effects when this gets animated, because that would be super badass. That or Benimaru's Super Boom or just anything along those lines, because Loki deserves the best. He then continues on to fry past Kiyora as Isagi is left in pure shock. He realizes that logic or planning ahead doesn't mean anything to Loki, as his physical talent just reigns leagues above everyone else, and that's what he uses to win. His speed is truly unmatched. With 2 BM NPC defenders screaming out in terror, Loki decides to cut them some slack and spare their lives, actually passing the ball left. With Itoshi trapping the ball and Loki sticking his tongue out, he taunts the egoist by asking if he wants to finish out the game. Itoshi calls him a strong leader for this, and I must agree and admit I'm very surprised. I figured Loki would obsess over having Charles assist him or just be a selfish prick, but that's not the case. Isagi just watches along in terror because with the ball arriving at Rin, he might lose this game from one single play that he can do nothing to stop. Just then, however, Igarashi sprints in and tries to challenge Itoshi Rin for the ball. His aura seems to be ghostly chains wrapping around himself and the opponent, which is wild to me that he got an aura before other blue lockers. No matter though, itoshi Rin still bodies the monk, leaving him twisting and turning to then flop face first into the ground. This man absolutely cooked Monk, and as much as I wanted him to do something, it seems like he's just not enough. Well, the stadium mic then blares loudly, announcing a foul on the pitch. Igarashi has successfully used his Malachi killer technique against Itoshi Rin, proving that his secret technique can even touch the Blue Lock's number 1. Now I know this kinda sounds like a reach, so let me know down in the comments what you think, but I kinda see a parallel here between this and the World 5 match. Now Igarashi right here uses his technique to beat even the Blue Lock number 1, Itoshi Rin, which is surprising to everybody. Now flashback to the World 5 match, Itoshi Rin uses his amazing shooting technique to score the first and only goal against the World 5, which Isagi says in quotes to, "Wow, your ability can even touch the world's best." I feel like that's just maybe a parallel to Igarashi and Rin, considering that, both of them are the players who did these things and now they're the ones dueling, but I don't know, maybe I'm reaching. Isagi of course hypes his boy up, as Rin just seized with rage, and as for Igarashi, my boy ends out today's chapter with a confident smile and ego in his eyes. It's just truly crazy to me that after years and years of being comedic relief, Igarashi is now actively making an impact on the field. Not just any small thing though, our GOAT has saved Bayern Munich from Itoshi Rin's final goal, even getting a foul called. Although this whole plotline and for the monk is just kinda cringing out there in my opinion, I can only hope he stays defending and does not contribute for the final goal. After all, we just found out that Volume 31 cover is Charles Chevalier, so maybe the game continues even past the Star Change System's 3 minutes. Maybe then Igarashi would get the Volume 32 cover, which is where Isagi and Ness or Kunigami would sub back in and score the game-winning goal. Whatever the case may be, make sure to comment down below what you think Igarashi will continue to do for Bayern Munich. Even further, how will PXG adapt and try to avoid him? And will Isagi Yoichi have another evolution? Or will he crash out and burn, drunk on his own ego? With that being the end of today's leaks, if you enjoy Blue Lock and want to stay up to date, please feel free to click that subscribe button, comment below your thoughts, and even join my community Discord down in the description. I honestly cannot believe that Igarashi is in the game, let alone taking out Itoshi Rin in his very first chapter. I really don't expect him to make the top 23 to become part of Japan's national team, because how could he even develop? Would he just magically start getting good enough to start on defense, or would Kaneshido just use him as a constant plot device to stop better teams? I think the more than likely outcome is some random team bids on him without it being the top 23, and Igarashi thanks Isagi and dibs from the story. Maybe we could see him later on, however I just don't see any long-term potential for this type of plot device or character. As for me, I'm gonna go sit in the shower and cry because of what's happening to Blue Lock, but I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your days.